Hello sweeties, Nanna Tazzie here. I'm currently working on this piece, but what I want to do, since I have so much black paint out here, I want to run through my book real quick and see what I can't black out so I don't waste my paint. And I have pulled out this little, God, I can't remember what it's out of watercolor paper, I think. I just made a little journal-y thing, and yeah, I just wipe all my extra stuff on here as I go. But I pulled it out to play with it, but there's so much, see, I will close this book when it's wet so it sticks itself together, and I don't care. This will be something eventually. But yeah, I just, and I try and use up my baby wipes too. If there's a lot of color or paint on them, I will just add color in layers as I go. This is from the last one of these pages I did. On top of, I had a page of copper paint left over. I have used this book as a paint palette, so there's that too, but it does get all chunky that way. So yeah, I did pull this out, so I have it on hand. I highly recommend it. Some people call them desk journals or something. Alright, let me, let's see. I have no idea what that was. Did you hear that? It's a cat or a dog or what? It'll probably help if I knew what I needed to black out. And a bunch of these I don't yet. That one may be the sky. That should take up a bunch of paint, right? Yeah, let's do that. Alright. And I was trying to run the numbers on how long this book's actually going to take me, because I'd given myself the year to jump in and really play with it, really get involved and learn by doing, right? Because that's the best way I learn anyway. I have to be hands-on. And I'm a kinetic learner, so it has to be hands-on. I can see something and mostly do it, but I'm not actually learning it or putting it in my brain long-term until I'm actually doing. Oh, that's not matte medium yet. Ah! Alright, fine. Let's do that real quick. Not sure how much I'll need here. But this book alone has like 234 pages, I believe. So, yeah, I don't know if I should try and get it all done this year or give myself, you know, mostly the year to do it. I totally just flung that across my desk. Overzealous much? Oh my goodness. As much as I'm excited about these books, and thankfully a lot of you are, in fact it's excited for me to see me do this journey, I don't want to ditch all the other projects I have huge lists for. And, you know, videos to do and share that stuff with you as well. So yeah, I don't know. I'm really starting to consider how many pages I want to do and share on camera, you know. Or if I should just do some here and there whenever and just show you them when they're finished. I don't know. So if you guys want to chime in and let me know how many of these you actually want to see, because I know it's not for everybody. I get that. Everybody's got their own thing, which is fine. I myself like to watch videos that aren't always, or channels even, that aren't always, you know, anything that I'm doing. I have a lot of varied interests. So even though I have no plans on learning to do whatever, I do appreciate their video and enjoy watching them make stuff, and I can still learn by osmosis that way. So I get a general idea of what they're doing, or how they're doing it. And, you know, there may come a day where I'm interested enough to give it a go, which is how I got started with this book. You know, I watched Dee Dee for over a year before I decided, yeah, I really want to learn how to do that. Because I was fascinated by it, but it was like, yeah, I'm just not there. That's not something at the time I could even think about doing myself. But over time of watching stuff, even though it was completely out of my comfort zone, or out of my realm of things I thought I could do. But yeah, do chime in and let me know. Gonna have to let that dry. Yeah, let me know how many of these videos, how many of you are interested in actually watching the process. I know several of you have said that you'll watch me do anything and you're fine with it, but I don't want you to get bored either. I'm fascinated by this whole thing, and I'm going to be for quite some time. It is absolutely, again, this is my current therapy. It is so zen and chillax and just go. So there will be some, and those will be videos that I speed up and add music to, where I'm either processing something, or I'm dealing with something, or I just need to zone out and not think or not do any mental work on anything, so I can just sit and play. Those ones very much are the ones that will be sped up, and I'll just add music to them, and hopefully you guys can just, based on the real-time process and chat videos, you'll know what I'm doing, because the process is the same, right? Matte medium, blackout stuff, or collage and then blackout stuff, or whatever. And by blackout stuff, you don't have to use black paint. You can use whatever colors you want. That's just how I got started, because it was a good way to get started. You don't have to think about space, right? Okay, I'm going to give this a few minutes to dry. It won't take long. This side's already dried to the touch, but this one's a bit thicker in the middle here. So, yeah, I'll give this a few minutes. I'll come back and we'll black that out so we can use up that paint. Still not sure what I'm doing completely on this one. I did want to paint out the town, so I'll do that now too. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yes. Okay. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, back again, and yeah, that's good to go. So, I will, and you'll notice when I chuck my paintbrush, my blackout one, this is just for black, obviously. But these are the paintbrushes I'm using to black things out. That's all that one's for. And I don't like wash off my brush. I keep as much paint in there as I can. And it seems to help when I come back to doing it. Yeah, I'll let this set a little while. It's getting gooey. Getting gooey. Alright, I'm not sure how much of this side I want blacked out yet. I did want to black out the city, or the rest of the city there. And before I paint over it, this is the Plymouth Courthouse building in Montserrat, Caribbean, or Caribbean if you're so inclined. Yeah, they had a volcano erupt in July 1995. And this is their capital city. Was completely buried by ash following further eruptions. 2/3 of the population left, as half of the island became uninhabitable. In theory, Plymouth is still the capital, giving it the unusual distinction of being the only ghost town that is also a capital city, which is awesome and creepy at the same time, as tends to be most everything in this book. And I will be getting eventually another copy of this book that will be unmessed with. I will not be doing any playing in. Okay. And I'm torn as to whether or not to share the plan I have for this page. Oh, I don't know where that came from. Ah, that'll be right. Of course, I'm having many ideas now that, if it wasn't for the Mister, I would not watch television at all, right? He's a Netflix junkie, which is fine. That's his thing. My problem is, if it's on, I will watch programs. I will get sucked into them. And I don't have to sit and watch the whole thing, usually for most programs. But, and I get bored really quickly, especially if the writing's very poor and you can tell what's coming. I do like a good surprise. Once in a while they'll get me, and it's like, oh, well done to the writers, because, yeah. But most of the time, and I don't know if that's because I write myself, I always fancied myself a writer. I couldn't actually call myself a writer, even though I do write. And I'm not actually, like, published or anything yet. Well, okay, that's not entirely true. I have some poetry published, but, yeah. Nothing fancy, and it was in a compilation, so I don't really count it, you know. Wasn't that big a deal. And that was so long ago now, it was ridiculous. Anyhow, but yeah, the Mister has been binge watching, and we're done with it now, I believe. Stranger Things. I don't know if you've seen it. I'm not going to tell you any of the story, because I hate when people do that. It's like, oh, now I don't want to see it because you've ruined it. People do that with movies too, and that whole spoiler alert, and it's like, yeah, I don't care. I don't, that ruins an entire movie for me. Or a TV show, or whatever. But I did get sucked into Stranger Things. I love the way it was done. I love some of the imagery in it. Man, if I paint out this side, that's not going to make any sense. So I will have to paint that out too. Alright, so let's decide. Let's bring it down to here. These rocks here, there's kind of a natural... Oh, I painted the wrong side of my brush. There we go. But yeah, the imagery, you know, we should bring that down to the top of the building. What am I thinking? I don't know. The imagery in the show has given me lots of epic ideas for this book. And I usually try and be very careful of that as to what I'm exposing myself to if I am working on projects, because as artists, you may or may not be aware, influence is everywhere. The whole, well, where do you get your inspiration and that kind of thing? It comes from everything you see, you hear, you feel. It is everywhere. Whether you're aware of it or not, it will creep in all over the place. But that's what we do as artists. We interpret the world around us and what's going on around us through our art, right? Whether we intend to or not, that's what artists do. We're expressing how we feel about current situations, about what's going on in the world. Even if we're not trying to do, not trying to make a statement or anything. Okay, I'll have to clean this up later. Yes. So yeah, inspiration is everywhere, and I try and do the same if I'm writing, if I'm working on novels and stuff. I tend not to watch TV or movies or even read during that particular story writing process, because those influences do pop up. And even if you reinterpret them or just interpret them differently or whatever, they're still there. At least I've noticed that for myself. Oh, that's tiny. So I try and be very, very aware of just in general, what I'm watching, what I'm listening to, what I'm experiencing. I started doing that with music even. I was really paying attention to if I was listening to music and there were lyrics in it. Because that's language. That's stuff your brain picks up subconsciously anyway. So if you're listening to stuff that's really got a negative connotation to it, that's negativity you're pouring into your brain. But if you're a highly sensitive person, that will weigh you down over time. You'll be exhausted, you'll be upset, and you won't even know where it came from. But it can be as easy as what you've been listening to, what you've been watching, on top of your day-to-day life and interactions with other people and all of that anyway, So you have to be very careful. But in practicing this over time, I've discovered you notice a lot more things in, I don't know if it's in new ways or just different ways or what, but you're more observant, you're more able to be present in the moment and notice your surroundings and all of that. So I don't know if that's just a byproduct of feeding your brain specific things or avoiding specific things or what, but yeah, it's a very interesting journey and I'm quite enjoying it, though some of it's like, it's not spooky so much, it's just weird because it's different or I haven't adapted yet. Of course I do have some weirdness going on. Yay! Oh, awesome. Okay, that's good timing, isn't it? Alright, so I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll come back. I still have plenty of paint. I thought that would have used up all of that. Apparently not. So yeah, I will come back again, and we'll find another page to use up the rest of this paint. Oh, I'm so excited. Have plans. And I'm trying not to wait on specific images for stuff, but some of this, it's like, yeah, I definitely need, yeah. It's alright, I keep throwing it out there, okay, this is what I need to do the next bit, or this is what I'm going to need to do whatever project, and things just are manifesting, whether you guys have sent me something in Happy Mail, or like this, the matte medium. I was like, okay, I'll continue this journey when I get more matte medium. So I needed matte medium, put it on a list, and Care Bear sent it to me. So yeah, the timing of, I used to think that stuff was a heck of a coincidence, but I'm noticing more and more now that the people that are into manifesting your whatever, would you call it your reality? You can manifest your reality. I don't know how you, all the terminology, I don't think it matters that much, but there's specific terminology for it. But you're manifesting the things you want and need. More so want, because if you focus on what you need, you're focusing on the lack therein that you don't have. These are things you don't have, but you have to be very careful with that. There's a very fine line. And I'm not doing it so, not throwing it out there in my brain or into the universe so that you guys send me stuff. That's not it at all. But I'm starting to notice that as I do that, like today, I'll show you, hang on. This morning, I was thinking about Janet M. Young here on YouTube is doing the scavenger hunt book, right? And I haven't worked on it since the last video I did for it because I needed to get a newspaper. And I just haven't done it. And every time we've gone to town, I just completely don't think about it. But this morning I was thinking, man, I really have to get on that. I have to get a newspaper I need let's see, there's 2 pages for sure that need a newspaper. One is headline, and the other one is for an article. But yeah, first thing when I got up this morning, that was all in my brain. It's like, I have got to get a newspaper. Get up, get coffee started, get dressed, all of that, and saw the mister off this morning, standing out on the porch drinking my coffee, and I noticed that now that the weather's nicer, they've started throwing newspapers out in people's driveways randomly. And I was like, oh, praise be, because I need a newspaper. So the universe is listening. Be very careful of your thoughts and what you're saying. It is true. It does work. Oops, sorry. I've got my cord hanging willy-nilly again. So yeah, if you really want to manifest awesomeness into your life, the universe is listening. It is paying attention and will help you out. You just have to know what you really want. And at least for the little things, those start happening. If you're actually aware and paying attention, those start happening pretty quick. I need to work on the bigger stuff next, I guess. In divine time, it will happen. Alright, I'm going to let that dry. And now that that video is exported out of my editing program onto the computer, I can upload it to YouTube. So I will be working on that. Let's see, where are we at here? 15? Okay. Yeah, so when I come back, we'll find another page and do that bit again. Alright, see you in a minute. Okay, let's see where we're at. Oh yes, that'll do quite nicely. Alright, let's flick through. Find something else. What is that? No, I'm torn on that one. Let's not do that yet. Oh my goodness. That one, well, no, I'll need more paint for that. I don't want to add to what I've already got. No, torn on that one as well. I should have been playing, let's look at that one. I've been playing with this one randomly. Let's do that real quick. And yes, definitely be sure to have your wax paper so you're not gluing or painting the edges together of your book, because that sucks. And I don't care, in most of my books, if I get like ink and stuff, then it seeps through onto another page for like art journals and stuff. That doesn't bother me. You could seal that before playing with those, I guess. Okay, I was playing with this and trying to cut out, because normally I would slice this with an X-Acto knife if it was just a single page, right? Or a single paper, not in a book. And then just set that piece in. I wouldn't have had to trim and cut and make this mess here. So I've been trying to get that just so. Still going to have to trim here, I think. Yes. But I don't know what else I want to add or do. What I might do, since I'm just trying to get rid of this extra black paint here, is set that aside and just throw some paint down, because it's really getting thick now. Okay. And I'm just going to do my edge more than I'm worried about getting up close and detailed here. You okay, Miss Ann? It's windy today. She used to like the cold, and being part wolf, that makes sense, I guess. But yeah, as she's getting much, much older, she's not down. And I totally understand. I'm not down with, oh, I just wanted to get rid of that, but it's going to bug me, I think. No, just leave it, just leave it, just leave it. Just throw paint down. But yeah, I totally understand, because I am not fond of the cold myself. It just hurts. My granddad and I used to go round and round and round and round and round with the... I'm all for summer and the heat, and he's all for winter. But he's not familiar with the winters we have here, in which we get ice and... well, some ice and some snow. But we get freezing temperatures at least. He's not had to deal with that kind of cold, and I had to break it down for him and go, no. There's a certain level of cold where it doesn't matter how many layers you have on. If you feel cold in your bones, you're screwed. And it took years and years and years of going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That, yeah, we don't argue about it anymore. He's so funny. That old man cracks me up. I love my granddad. And it's funny, if you line up my granddad, my dad, and my brother, it's like 3 generations of the same person. It's so freaky. Down to mannerisms, not just phrases and sayings and colloquialisms and that kind of thing. It's the way they carry themselves, the way... the looks or the reactions to things. It's freaky. They're 3 generations of the same person, I swear. Alrighty. So now I have, well, I was going to say wasted time doing this. That's not entirely true. I didn't want to waste the paint, so we've got some jumped ahead here and some not, and I will come back and do like closer detailed stuff for sure. But yeah, I didn't want to waste this paint, and it was far too much in the black, I think, to stick in my little leftovers journal background building there. I have noticed if you've got too much glue or the matte medium or too much paint on your brush and you flick off the paint and then come back, you can collect it on the underside of the page, so be careful of that. Yes, because that's like a thing. Here we go. Do let me know if there's any topics or stuff you prefer to listen to me chat about or go on about or ramble, I guess. Ramble about. If it's something I can help with or, you know, we can discuss or whatever, that might be good. Keep in mind, I'm pretty laid back on most topics, so, you know, my opinion is definitely just my opinion. And while there's a whole bunch of stuff I know about, there's way more stuff I don't know about. Even the stuff I know doesn't mean I know, you know? There's always more to learn. As soon as you assume you know it, something through and through, even if you are in fact well practiced and well versed in topics, there's always more to learn. You can't. Oh, Zen needs to go out, so I will let this dry and let the baby puppy outside, and I'll come back and then we'll jump back to the page that we've been working on. Okay, so this will be a weird part 2, I guess, but we'll figure it out. It'll be alright. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, now let's play with this some more. I think the first thing I need to do, let's see where we at here. Oh, that's there. Okay. I think I need to add some stars and just flick stuff everywhere. So I will get my other little paint cup here and a little bit of white. And I like to use, and again, you don't have to use whatever works for you, but I use a fan brush. Pick up a little bit of paint. I'll chuck it in the bottom of my cup here. Yeah, I don't think we'll need a lot. Just a little bit. Okay, now I've got crusties everywhere. Crusties from the lid. Not good. I'm going to add a... Oh, that was a lot of water. Okay, I might have to add more paint. Yep, going to have to add more paint. That was ridiculous. I should have gone and got my little squirt bottle. Oh, the mister is home for lunch, so I'm going to do the stars and then let them dry, and then I'll come back when he's gone back to work, yeah? Okay, so what I'm going to do, got that thin down, I give a couple taps in the cup, because there's always some really big ones, right? Okay. And anywhere we get them that we don't want them, which is why we put matte medium down, we can come through with a baby wipe, and I'll wipe it off the building here, okay? Oh, and where I just touched the brush to it. Okay, so I will wipe those off and visit with the mister for lunch, and I will come back and we will play with that watch piece because I have an epic idea for it. Well, I can't say it's epic. I like it. Okay? So, see you in a minute. Okay, back again. Alright. Oh, let me start my timer. I'm going to give myself 30 minutes because I have no idea how long the previous chunks of video were for this part. So, I imagine we're about there. Okay. I think this one I want to trim down. Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. And I'm having a wow. Twitch much? Oh my gosh. Okay. What I'm thinking also is I need to dig through my collection of little images there. I want to tear this. Don't panic. I have a plan. I have a plan. And I don't want it to be like all something. Hang on. All something. Oh my gosh. I'll do that like so. I'm going to get myself all out of whack here. want to do this like it's, well, you'll see. You'll see. I want it all jaggedy. That's the word I was looking for. Jaggedy. That's a word, right? That's a word. It is today. Okay, I want that one over there. And like there, right? We're gonna, there's some parts more explodey than others, because this thing here, where the rest of that wreckage from the ceiling was, we're gonna turn that into like a laser, right? It has to make that sound. Yes, so let me get on that real quick because that's going to need to dry. And I need to find something to stick down here that these dudes are looking at, and this weird little dude peeking over the thing here. Well, I shouldn't call him a weird little dude. But yeah, it was weird that I hadn't noticed him until I was painting all that in, I think. That was weird. Okay, so what I'm going to do very, very, very quickly is slap some matte medium down, and then I'm going to do like so. Ah, little thin magazine pages, man, they just curl. Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, I'll get this part down. Okay, I need to make sure I'm going to fit them all in here. I'm digging having this little cup for the matte medium. That's quite handy. Quite handy. Okay, let's do that kind of on this angle here. Right? And then that one will stick there. Yes. Yes, indeedly do. No, I don't want it like to match. I want it to something. I want it to something. Do you know what I mean? Something. Wow, I did that way too close to that. There we go. Right? We'll do that and just laser that in there. And what other little planety bits do we have? Let's have a look, see. In my pile of smuts sitting off to the side here. I'm sure I've got something small enough somewhere. Oh. Hey, well, no. I don't know if that's quite small enough. Yeah, doesn't help if you can't pick things up, you know? I don't think we need water, do we? What do we need? What do we need? I don't know. Although, since we're going to use that as a laser thing, maybe we can cut some of these and like redirect where they're sitting, yeah? Okay, so maybe we don't need more planetary stuff. Maybe we just need to, let's see, these three are about the same as far as height goes. So, yeah. Oh, I don't know if I need this bit or that bit either. No, I don't think so. Let's just, we're going to keep it real basic, and I'm trying not to cut exactly on the line. We can cut that down to any length that we need it, right? Oh, no, that doesn't matter. Okay. Just checking. Okay. Alright, let's try that. Just to see. For this thing here. And I want to do it, I want to make sure we've got like, I'm just going to call it. So that one, well no, that'll be more that direction, won't it? That'll be that direction. And then, actually that's shorter. That one we can stick in the background here. There, yes! Okay, and then that one, no, I think we want it shorter still. Probably there. Alright. So I'll get these down real quick. Let's see, let me do that one next. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, there is a fly in here. That is not okay. Not cool. It's warm enough outside that all the bugs have come out again. I think I need that shorter again, or come off of the center here. Oh no, maybe off this bottom one. That one may... Oh, yeah, we can do it off the bottom one. Just do it. Who cares? My goodness. There we go. It doesn't have to make sense, right? It does not. And if we need to, we can come back and trim, like the little bits that we cut off, we can trim those out and stick them as like more little pointy bits. We'll see. Okay, now before I finish that part with the gluing, I really want something to sit here, and I'm thinking one of those little images of the mouse or whatever. What were they? Gerbils? Something from the other day that I had gotten from Petco. Those little things. Of course, I've got to remember what I've done with them. And I don't remember. I thought I had them sitting right here. Nope, that's going back too far. Okay, hang on. Oh, there they are. You're in the box. Sweet. Sweet. Okay, try not to take out my cord here. Like a little mouse or something. Okay, where are we at here? Let's try this. Chinchilla, mouse. Oh, I had the bird too. He's really bright though. I could stick him somewhere. And that one. I was thinking of that one up here somewhere. Just randomly. You know? Although he's got the rope that he's hanging off of, the twine rope thing there. And I've got the images with the braided part of this set of advertisements. It's like braided hair looking stuff. So I might keep that for that. If he's sitting here-ish, maybe off of something here, his eyes would be looking that direction. So we could do that there and then add, I'm thinking a little mouse coming out of here. I really do. Let's see. No, I don't think I need any of that. And this is where, if I had the skills, I would just draw him or paint him in or something. But I don't. So, if you're like me and aren't quite there with all of those skills, we're going to cheat and find images that we like. And we can always come back and paint over them and hopefully learn how to do painting that way. Hopefully. Of course, I don't know that's my goal for this particular page. Alright, what I am going to do is cut off his whiskers here. I'm not going to, I am not about to sit and razor cut all of that out. There's no way. So we'll add that with Posca later. Look at their little toes. Isn't that interesting? Crazy little toes. Little toes. Alright, and this is thick cardstock. The real thick shiny stuff here. I don't know how much of that I need. I am going to leave it because I should be able to paint out anything I don't need. So I'll leave most of that there. You know, I've never noticed until just now how much their tiny feet look like little bitty hands. Can you see that? That's almost creepy. Okay, so this little guy I want to stick in this nest of fabulousness that he's building, right? And actually I'm going to cut off that back. Yeah, okay, hang on. Hang on, we're going to modify our image a little bit. I'm going to cut off that back foot because if he's coming out of there, he would look thusly, right? Yes. Getting glue everywhere. Getting glue everywhere in my haste. Okay, and because he is in fact thicker cardstock, it's really heavy duty card actually. It's I'm not sure how that's going to behave. So what I'm going to do is find my squishy card here and give him a bit of a push down with that. Yeah, see, his ear doesn't want to stick down. Stick down, sir. Stick down. There we go. Alright, and then I'll have to finagle that bit later, right? Let's see what the bird's going to look like as well. I have to use those for the backs of bookmarks or some such. I like his colours in contrast to everything else. Yes I do. Oh, and I have to remember I've got Happy Mail stuff to dig through for images for birds and stuff too now. So excited. Yay! Okay, and that's his claw, so we want that. And I need to trim back up here for the other side of his beak here. And alongside his funky little tongue there, right? There we go. Okay, so I need to cut out the green. Well, hang on. Hang on. We've got some feathers going one way and some going the other, as you do. Yeah, not having music on starting to really affect my going with the flow here. I'm trying though, you guys, I'm trying. Okay, I may have to draw that claw back in. There's another one there. And I'm going to leave that background because that would actually be part of his tail. Well, no, that part's his tail. Alright, hang on, I see. I see now. That one's just background color. And then that's his tail there. Right? And that's a claw, so don't cut that off. Don't cut that off. Right, now I'll keep this part handy in case I got that wrong. No, it should be about right. And then just a little bit right here. And these scissors are way too big for this. Okay, but what I'm thinking, because I've got all this stuff hanging down, that's too close to that, I think. Oh, that's right, I was going to black this part out. I remember now. Well, heck yeah, let's just stick him like way close to these dudes. Yeah. Because that unbalances my page, I think, because now I don't have anything here. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Figure it out as we go. Okay, so we've got our little mouse, we've got a little bird checking out the dudes that are looking at the little mouse. Like, what's up, you guys? What's up? What's going on? Oh, no. That's because it's glossy. They slide. Yeah. Alright, I just need you to... You've got one job to do, buddy. You just need to sit right there. Can you not? Just for a minute. Just for a minute. Oh my gosh, seriously? Alright. Alright. See how it's gonna be. Please stick down. At least most of you. Can come back later and add more and squish down some more if we need to. Okay. Are you still with me? Kind of get the whole idea now? Oh, I don't know if I want that to be all lasers or if I want it to be like shooting things, like little watch pieces or something at it. I don't have any marbles. Oh man, I just noticed I still got over splattery stars on my some of my rock work here in my windows. See, because we put matte medium, we're not taking the ink off so much of the page, which would happen if I did that with the page, with a naked page. A naked page? Ooh. Oh my god, that is so fun. Okay, I still need to, this is still something. I don't know what to do with that yet. How are we doing for time? Okay. Because yeah, now that's going to have to dry anyway. So, you go. Stick down, buddy. Stick down. Okay. Well, what I might do is cut this here. What was this, part 2? Yeah, we'll let this be, that'll be all right. We'll let this be here, and I will come back in part 3, and we will just, I don't know, finish it up, but we'll get it to whatever next stages we need to. I'm really digging that, though. This needs something now, though, as well. I'm not sure what that would be, but it needs something. And then, yeah, we've got to come in with coloured pencils and do, you know, some universe stuff and fill these in, and shooting stars with the Posca pen and all of that. So maybe I need something wispy coming out of here. Just maybe. Because we've got blues and greens here. We've got his green here. Oh, I shouldn't touch it. Don't touch it. We've got blues here. This little dude got a blue shirt on. We've got all sorts of reds that we can tie together with whatever laser thing this is. Or we can make it look like lightning or electricity or something. And I use the term make it look like very loosely. Because, yeah, I haven't figured out how to do it the way it should look, or the way I think it should look yet. So we're learning. You know, there's this framework stuff hanging down here. I'm wondering if I need... Oh. Somewhere I have image of mountain climber. It's teeny tiny because she's like climbing, cliff climbers. What do they call that? Rock climbing? I'm not sure where that is currently. I know I've got one somewhere. If I come across her, she'll probably be hanging off of one of these. That would be fun. And yeah, I think something misty or swooshy or flowy there. Possibly from the outside, across here, and up into this little cave area here. Up into the mouse's home. I am loving that. It's still very simple. I still haven't been very brave as far as adding a lot of collage or lots of layers for it yet, but no, I really like that. Really like that. Sweet. All right, my loves, I will see you in part 3. Thanks so much for being here. I love you. Bye.